Now for 2019 is this newcomer. Swift Kon-tiki sits at the very top of the tree when it comes to British mainstream motorhomes. At the front is the familiar Fiat Ducato cab, 150 bhp as standard, 177 bhp as an option, an upgrade which is thoroughly recommended for something this big. It's a 5-ton chassis with an 850 kilo payload. Just look at it, it's a big old beast. Before we go inside, it's worth looking at some of the external details on this new Kon-tiki, including Swift Vision, the innovative use of 4 exterior cameras to give you really good visibility when you're driving such a big vehicle. When you're driving along, you get a view of what's behind you. Indicate right, you keep the view of what's behind, and you get what's on the right, so there's no blind spot. Now perhaps if you're changing lanes back onto the left again, indicate left, and the left-hand camera comes into play. Engage reverse, and you get 2 rear views, a close-up and a more distant one. This particular one doesn't have a fixed bed, so external storage is important, and that starts with this locker here. And this false floor here is removable, so you can get quite a lot of stuff in there, including some large outdoor chairs. There's an external barbecue point, 6 alloy wheels of course, and then more storage, and this is actually your biggest external storage, and it goes right the way across the vehicle. Another new feature is this high-level stargazer window. In fact, the whole rear panel has been redesigned for 2019. Gives it the look of a high-end coach, I feel. We then come to more external storage in this slide-out drawer. Limited to 50 kilos, but useful for mains leads, levelling wedges, that sort of thing. At the front is one of the 2 lounge areas in this motorhome, a Pullman dinette with a side settee. Now you could probably get 6 people in here, plus another 2 in the swivel cab seats, although you might feel a little bit ostracised from the conversation if you were in the driver's chair. You've got 3-point seat belts both on the forward facing and the rearward facing seats, and this forward facing bench has Isofix mountings too, so you can easily fit child seats. Also, you'll find that Swift have done away with curtains and they fit these padded surrounds to the windows instead, and then you've got concertina type blinds. Another unusual touch, normally with this sort of layout you'd expect the table to be mounted onto the wall, but actually it's got a central pedestal and it slides out, so if you're sitting over on the side settee you can still reach your food. So you've got 6 travel seats in this van and 6 berths to go with them. Starting with this big overcab, which unusually, because the whole Luton area has effectively moved back into the living area, the bed actually comes slightly over the seating. And the bed measures 1.89 metres by 1.31. Headroom obviously reduces towards the front of the vehicle. You've got a roof light and this novel touch here. In the front dinette, the table lowers to make a single bed 1.89 metres by 0.91 metres. Or with a little bit more effort and the addition of infill cushions, you can create a transverse double 2.07 metres by 1.29 metres. But now you can't use the ladder for the overcab. At the rear, the lounge makes into twin singles, 1.92 metres long, almost instantly. But it's also possible to have a king-size double, 2.01 metres by 1.92 metres. If the front seating area is where you might choose to dine, this is where you'll choose to relax. Very spacious, very comfortable with these scatter cushions and all the same features. Reading lights in every corner, dimmable mood lighting above the top cupboards, the same sort of surrounds to the windows, pleated blinds. This stargazer window that Swift have introduced works really well in the 675 model where you've got high level single beds. I'm not so convinced about it here because normally you'd have a big window in the back. Okay, it's perhaps more cosy, but if you want to look out of there, you've got to stand up. This kitchen has something of the look of a high-end domestic kitchen about it. Plenty of worktop, all lovely Korean, just like you've got at home perhaps. And this nice built-in extractor unit with clock and light. Cooker, separate grill and oven, mains hot plate as well as 3 gas rings. Really large drawer there. Not so keen perhaps on this rather plasticky cutlery drawer, but that's just a detail. We've got a really big fridge freezer with automatic energy selection of course, and a microwave mounted above. But this fridge has quite literally a cool feature. Open it that way when you're in the lounge, or if you're coming from the cooker, open it that way. The washroom's a decent size and looks quite smart too. Downsides, well, the basin's a bit plasticky as is the tap. Plus side, you've got Aldi heating, so there's nice radiator just under where your towel hangs. But the best bit by far is the separate shower. It's hard to imagine how a motorhome could feel more spacious than this, unless you're buying a big American RV with quadruple slide outs. This is a vehicle you can drive on a C1 licence. Just look at it, it's got everything you could want, from heated cab seats to a solar panel on the roof to Aldi central heating and even electric underfloor heating. And so many other features, the lights, the heating and so on, you can operate from your smartphone too with Swift's command system.